at Euro US dollar, and funny enough, Euro US dollar is looking as if it wants to break that structural high on the 4 hour.
Yes, sir.
You can see the high here below. Now, price breaking this high is going to make this a very tricky trade. Do you know why I said it's going to make it a tricky trade?
Um, I would say a part of that is because there's gonna be a lot of manipulation. When I was backtesting on Euro USD, I figured this out. They did a lot of manipulation in this market.
Yeah, Euro US
That
dollar,
was
it's one of the most manipulated pairs. Yeah, what
okay.
do you want
Because
to say?
to me, I was thinking because price has not retested the high, so uh, that could be. I don't know, but my own is because price has not tested this previous high that we left behind. That red line.
Yes, because price has not tested that high. That is number one.
Yeah.
Number two, we do not buy from a low resistance liquidity. This right here is a relative equal low. That is liquidity. We don't buy from areas like this or sell. We don't trade double top and double bottom and whatever they call it. We don't use those kind of concepts. We
Double top
trade,
pattern.
yes, all those kind of patterns. We don't use them. What we want to see is we want to buy from a high resistance liquidity zone. And this right here is a high resistance liquidity zone. A low, a high, a run below the low, a break. Everything here is high resistance. If we want to look for a buy, we want to look for the buy inside the high resistance liquidity zone, which is in here. That is our buy zone. Anything above it is a low probability. Despite the fact that we have this high here, this low here, price is intentionally gravitating above this high. This is intentional. This price action is intentional. The same way, the same thing happened right here. We have a high here. Can you see how price literally went above this high? This price action was intentional. The moment this happened, so many traders started buying from here. They were buying, 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 buying. Stop loss here, and stop loss here. Eventually, price wiped them out. This right here is another liquidity. So many traders are anticipating for this to break this structure to buy. The moment we see a break here, they will start buying, creating liquidity here. Don't forget, we only buy from a high resistance zone. And this right here is a high resistance zone, high resistance liquidity. This right here, this green zone, this green line here, this is low resistance. Price created relative equal lows is a low resistance liquidity. If you buy from here, there's a very high chance price will run your stops. Does that make sense?
Yes, Mr.
Yes,
Yes, it
sir.
does.
So for euro, we're just going to have to be on the sidelines on euro unless you want to counter trend and look for a sell, which I wouldn't recommend because we're at extreme discount zone. You shouldn't even look for a sell at this kind of areas. If you look for a sell, price can easily wipe you out. I'll show you an example. Here, there's a fair value gap here. Let's say this fair value gap here, you used it and you said right here, I'll take a sell. If you took this sell, unless you took the sell and got out early, price would have taken you out, came up higher. Now, let's say you took a sell here, price would have taken you out again. Because if you take a sell, this will be your stop loss. They took the stops. You took a sell here, this will be your stop loss. They took your stops again here. Now, the moment they take your stop the third time, you'll be like, you know what? I'm out. This trade will not work. And boom, it goes your direction.
Mhm.
Now you're like, oh shit, I should have gotten in the third time, the fourth time. So that's why I never recommend trying to counter trend, because things like this can happen 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. That's why people that counter trend, it's easy for them to blow their accounts. So for this one, we'll keep sitting on the sidelines until we see price mitigate this blue line, because that's the high resistance liquidity zone.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes, Mr.
Yes, it does.